first time using a microphone, and yeah, I've had to do things a little differently than I was because I'm someone that very much thrives as of lately being like the past year and a half. I thrive off of change. So when there's no change going on in my life, I don't do so well, which is sounds just so weird, but it's true. So I've had to do some things differently, and that's what you saw in the first half of the video. I have filmed and edited and not posted so many videos lately, and I don't know if it's just I need to start doing something differently. Um, but I just don't like any of the videos. So I'm doing something different. So, ooh, I really, really hope that this audio is crisp. If it's not, and I'm just going to use the camera footage, I'm going to be a little bit upset because I have this new computer, no footage on it. Like, it's just going to be so much easier for me to make better videos. What was I saying? I haven't had any type of routine apart from like the basics in, I want to say, like 8 months. And part of that is me believing that having such strict routines, like, I don't ever want to feel like a robot or like I'm working on autopilot and just doing things because it's my routine and just doing things because I have to do them. Like, I know so strongly that life is unpredictable, and I've learned to love that about life. And so for me to like have a whole in-depth routine daily is just not something that I will do. Are there things that I can implement that will help me mentally? Yes. And I feel like I am trying different things because every time, like I said it in my last video, every time I get depressed, I I need to go outside of what I've been doing because obviously what I've been doing isn't working. And I just think, first of all, change is inevitable. It's always going to be there. There's so much change I feel like that happens to us that is out of our control, and that almost makes us resent change. Like, for instance, my mother dying. I didn't choose that, obviously, and that was a life altering event that has forever changed me and continues to change me. I think when we're able to decide what changes in our lives and start small, even, I don't think it has to be these drastic changes. For me, it was kind of a drastic change. Well, actually, it started with like cutting people out of my life that weren't good for me. And then something big, which was getting sober. And once I realized, like, oh my God, like, I have, first of all, the willpower to make such a change in my life and stick to it and feel better and reap the benefits, XYZ, whatever. Was like, oh my gosh, I started to really kind of go down a snowball effect of change. Like, anything I could change, I would. And then, after that, my mom died, my best friend died, XYZ. A lot of things happened that were out of my control. I lost a lot of people, and I have moved around I'm gonna count this for you guys, and like, I'm not exaggerating. Since the end of 2020, I have lived in 11 places, or stayed in. Like, I've been in 11 different living situations since the end of 2020. So, if that doesn't say anything, honestly, having the stability of being where I am at the moment, I think that's also like driving me a little crazy because it's like, okay, when are we packing up to go? I'm so used to having to leave where I am, and that's something I think that I just need to work on because it's caused like a personality. I almost said defect. It's really not a defect. I genuinely always want to be moving, doing something new, changing my environment because I'm so used to it since I'm young. Like, I'm just so used to it. So it's weird for me to not have it all changing. For a while, I got over it recently because I'm like, you know what? I'm here, so like let me bring all my stuff in here. I have stuff in storage units. I have stuff in my grandma's garage. Like, I have stuff everywhere. I have so much stuff in this room, and it's not even everything I own. I was like nervous about bringing stuff in because I felt like I was just going to have to bring it right back out. And that is a crappy feeling. But again, it's like I go with the ebbs and flows. Like, I'm never going to, not that I'm never going to be content, but I feel like I'm so used to things changing on my account and otherwise that I just I need that. Number 1, I said number 1 before. It's not number 1. I just like we can experience new things that we've never experienced. I feel like my nose is dripping. We can experience new things that we've never experienced before, and without changing, that's just not really possible. Um I feel like because of all the change I've endured in my life and accepting or embracing change, I'm able to, handle diverse situations better because I have more experience. Change brings experience, it brings growth. Um, I feel like resisting change only creates suffering because you're never going to be happy thinking that everything is going to stay the same. Nothing is ever going to stay the same in any aspect of ever anything. And oops. And if we're able to accept that, the amount that we will just not suffer. My camera's overheating. I'm almost done. I promise. I feel like it also has a lot to do with like the present moment and just like whatever's happening is happening. I think it kind of went hand in hand with me embracing change and accepting change as something that's just inevitable and it's always going to happen, and that it's okay that almost everything in life is temporary. Um, Everything is uncertain. I was just reading Osho, and literally right on cue, the first thing it says is don't call it uncertainty, call it wonder. Don't call it insecurity, call it freedom. And I just feel like that's everything. Like, I love almost not knowing what's going to happen because yes, it could be bad, but it also could be so amazing and life-changing in a way that you could have never expected. It's just like we play out scenarios in our head and just like we want things to go this cookie cutter way. and they're never going to. And that's the beauty of it, is that anything is possible. And I think easing into change in the past year and a half ish for me has given me such inner peace, because I'm not stressing about, oh my God, this is not how it was before, or you know what I mean? Like, everything that changes, we'll say, in my life that is out of my control, I'm like, okay, I can now almost see with clarity why, even if I don't know why. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me in my head. And I'm going to move on to the next point. I always say this, and like, so we, for all we know, live one life, right? Why? Why would you want to live the same simple life? Everything that you know, like people who are set in their way, like you're so closed minded. I can't live that way. I believe that we're here to experience everything that we possibly can. And how are you going to do that if you're doing the same thing every single day for the rest of your life? You can't. So I just, we have to experience, there's so much to experience. Like, even in the most simplest ways, hobbies. Did you know that you're good at knitting? No, because you never tried. Now you just made yourself a sweater and you don't have to go buy a $40 one. I mean, like, just the littlest things. I get like excited about it, and like kind of like I'm like turning red a little bit. I just like, it's so, it's such a crazy yet simple concept to me. Just embrace the fact that you can literally experience anything. And it's you holding yourself back because you're like, I'm familiar with this. I'm gonna stay in my comfort zone. Like, your comfort zone never gonna get you anywhere. And comfort zones, are they even really comfortable? Like, I'm thinking about it, like, are they really actually that comfortable? Nah. Change is scary, going outside of your comfort zone is scary, whatever. Life is effing scary. Are you gonna wait? Like, if I die tomorrow and I just lived like Squidward in that episode where he's just the same face in like every task that he's doing, like, no. If I have to live that way, no, I don't have to live that way. That's the whole thing. And it's like, that's another thing, is we only have control over how we see the world, how we see ourselves, how we're going to interact with our experiences. And I want to shake some of you. I want to shake some of you people, because it's just, there's so much more to life that I don't even know, that none of us even know, because we're not experiencing it, because we are stuck. Or maybe not stuck, that's like a very harsh word, but like, we're in our element. I chopped my hair off. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I totally chopped my hair off. That's change. I filmed a whole video. I chopped my hair off in the video. I changed my room around like feng shui, because my bed was, the placement was totally wrong. And then I read that the closet represents your subconscious mind. My closet was an absolute disaster. And ever since I changed the bed placement and my organized and cleaned my closet, I woke up the next morning feeling beautiful. Like, I felt so much better. That's like a simple little change that could literally change your mindset, or your mental state. And chopping my hair off always makes me feel better, so that was a plus. I just like, I'm I've I've had little to nothing going on in my life lately, and I think that's been my problem. And I think that I need to start just continuing to do something different every day, even if it's not anything major. Like today, I did things different. I woke up, first of all, before 10, and that was beautiful. And I have work later, and I'm literally gonna get this video edited, or mostly edited, before I even go to work. Like, we're changing out here. I literally have a poster board that says, "You can change." I was just trying to see if says anything else about change, but no, it just says you can change. It says a lot of other things, but it says you can change, and that's the truth. We all have the power to change, even if it's just changing little things. Like, oh my gosh, I mean, it's yeah. You know what? I'm making this a series, change series. I've called it. I'm making this a series. This is part one. Um, Getting back into, or we'll say, recognizing the beauty of change. I don't know what we're going to call this. We're just going to call it something having to do with change because we're changing stuff up. Okay. Um, I really appreciate you guys watching. Uh, I hope that this works out. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you watching, and follow me along for my change series. I don't know really how I'm gonna, whatever. We're gonna do it because, we all deserve some change in our lives. We all deserve to embrace and accept change because I swear to you, it's an easier way of living. Like, to be so Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I will talk forever, and I'm not trying to do that. Love you guys. Thank you. Comment down below something that you either have changed recently, whether it be in your routine or your life, whatever, or something that you will now since watching this video. Change your socks, like something, change your underwear. I don't know, like, anything. Um, Anything is a good start. I promise. I really promise. Have a great day.